Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Arlene. If you're new here, welcome. In today's video, I want to show you guys some fragrances that when I first received them, I either hated them, was completely unimpressed, thought this is not for me, this is too masculine, this is, weird. And I probably put them right back in the box and put them in the closet, not knowing what to do with them because they initially were a reject in my eyes. And some of these I thought, well, it's all right. It's not that bad. I'll just put it up on the shelf and, it has to macerate, like they say. And I did not like them for weeks. And now I kind of love them. And the ones that I had put away, I went back to the closet, opened them, tried them again just to see. And I fell head over heels in love. I don't know how a person can go from almost hating a fragrance to loving a fragrance suddenly so much that they buy a backup bottle of it. So let's get started with the first one. It's called It's called Now Women, and I think the company is called Rave. And first of all, I kind of didn't like the way the bottle looked when I saw it, being talked about by influencers and all that, but I thought, who cares if the juice is good, right? The top is very it's stupid. There's no magnet. It doesn't click into place. It just falls right off. It's plastic. It looks like a kid's toy. This is, rubber, like a weird rubber mat kind of thing. And then the columns are plastic. Inside there is a glass bottle, and I don't know if you can see. You can't. I'd have to hold the light up. But the juice is you can kind of see it a little bit. The juice is right there. See it moving around? I have tried it and sprayed it and tried it and sprayed it so many times, and I was just so unimpressed because this initially felt like when people say something is plasticky, like in some of the fragrances in the last video I talked about that they smelled like Barbie toys, like a scratch and sniff thing, like a pencil eraser, something that smells like an artificially sweet thing that you put on a toy for a child to be like, oh, that smells like strawberry. That's how it smelled to me, and I'm not gonna lie, it still smells a little like that, but I'm accepting it now. I'm coming around. I even had a day where I kind of craved it. And I was home and I just sprayed it. I woke up in the morning and I was thinking about this scent for some reason, and I sprayed it all over myself, and I just walked around the house like, it smells so good. Before I even liked it, I made the mistake, coincidentally, not knowing that I was buying the exact same fragrance from Okcha. If you're familiar with Okcha or not, they're a dupe house, and this one's called Nebula. And what these two are duping is supposedly Burberry Her. Now, I've never smelled Burberry Her. I never had a sample of it. I don't know what it's like. My oldest daughter tells me that it smells like her grandmother, her father's mother. Now, she's a very stylish grandmother. She's very, she's in her 70s, but she's not like an old lady. So maybe she wears Burberry Her, and that's why my daughter's like, yeah, it smells like her. So I don't think it's associated in any way with like an antique, old-fashioned perfume kind of way. It's not. It's actually very, very young, modern. I would say this is more suited for a teenage girl, a girl in her 20s, because I feel like it's not sophisticated, but it is fun. So, the spritz is kind of like, the bottle and it's just not very impressive, but immediately I smell like sweet tarts. I smell like a fizzy, bubbly bunch of berries, and maybe it did come around and start to develop, but look, when you spray it, you get it I don't know if you can see that, but in the light, but it kind of gets all over this little ledge here. The bottle design is just really dumb. So even though I like the scent, this is probably one that I won't buy again. I am gonna use it. Oh, there it says Rave right there. I'm gonna use it. It's already right down to here, so I've been using it, and I'm gonna use this one. These Okcha bottles, some of them are hit or miss. I've seen the reviews, and I've seen people talking on Fragrantica and also on the website of the company that some of them, usually the black bottles and the white bottles, tend to be a little off with their duping, but the pink ones are pretty on point, and this one is identical to this one. So it's, oh my god, I almost choked. Excuse me. They are identical to each other. So if they're supposed to be dupes of Burberry Her, then they must be really good being a dupe of it, or they're just good at duping one another. But I think it smells really nice, really lovely. And I do have a couple other ochas. I have mostly pink ones. I have one peach one, and then a black one and a white one. And the black one and white one, I feel like does not really smell like the real perfume, even though some of them, I don't want to get into that because this video is going to be too long. But anyway, this is one that I was not impressed about. I felt kind of stupid and embarrassed that I had purchased it. I was like, what am I going to do with it? I tried pushing it on my kids and being like, do you want it? Do you want to try it? You know, put it on. It smells good. Neither one of them showed interest in it. It was sitting in their room for a while, me trying to like encourage them to wear it. And this one was just like, okay, I'm just going to put this in the bathroom because it's an opaque bottle, so the light isn't going to affect it. And, you know, I don't take such hot, steamy, long showers, and the door's open, so they'll be fine. It's the ones that are in glass, you want to not put them anywhere where they're super close to light. I usually keep my bedroom very dark while I'm at work. All the blinds are closed and whatnot. And then I would go into their room from time to time, obviously, to clean it and, you know, get their laundry. And I would look at it and I would just, well, and I would spray it on myself. Like, yeah, it smells all right, you know. It's not bad. And eventually, that's when I started feeling like I'm home and I'm just like, let me put some on. And I started enjoying the scent. So I may not buy either one of these again when they're done. And I may not buy Burberry Her because, again, it's not a scent that blows me away or wows me or even makes me feel like really comforted and like happy. Because not all scents are going to blow you away or be wowing. But some scents are just like nostalgic or just comforting, or they just hit that spot for you. This is just too Barbie sweet, and it's not as bad as the others from yesterday that I said are very like fake. This is good enough for me to keep, but not good enough for me to buy again. So that's what that. So it didn't turn into a love, but it turned into a like. And then the next one, I'm not going to talk too much about it because I did talk about this one on another video, and if you want to see it, you can like go back and find it. I'll figure out how to link it. I'm new at all this stuff, so bear with me. This was a hate when I first sprayed it. I was so disappointed. I didn't know what to do with it. I don't think I put it back in the closet because I wasn't that upset about it, but I was like, what the heck is this? And now, somehow, it's evolved for me in trying it and whatnot that I've become so obsessed with it that I got 2 backup bottles. And that is Ibisco Nirvana by Paris Corner. Okay, this perfume, it's supposed to be duping hibiscus I always forget the name. Mahajad, I think. Everyone says it's such an exact dupe, and it's a very expensive perfume. If it is such an exact dupe, there's a reason why it's a very expensive perfume. To me, this smells expensive. I cannot believe that I paid like under $40 for this. I don't remember what I paid. I think it was like 32 bucks. This is amazing and I am obsessed. It's incredible. This is probably the one that has made the most dynamic shift, along with 2 others that I have here. The most dynamic shift in my perspective of being something that I absolutely loathed and turning into something that I absolutely became obsessed with. And that's this one. There's lime, there's black currant, there's the hibiscus, there's just, it's just so good. I'm not gonna go into it, guys. It's in my top favorites video, so go find the video about my top favorites. The next one, I actually wore it today, and my obsession with this one evolved rather quickly. This was one that I was very disappointed in when I first got it. It smelled like medicine, cough syrup. I was so like, oh man, because the bottle's really pretty and the presentation, the box that it comes in. But what is this? I did not even put it on my display. I put it back in the box and I put it away. And I told my daughter, look, I don't like this, whatever. She's like, I'll have it. Because she just wanted to like she likes to keep trinkets and things in display in her room, but she never opened the box. She never put it on. She didn't really want it. She was just like, just don't throw it away. Like, she just wanted to keep it. And it was just on the floor in her room for the longest time. And I was like, let me try it again. And I sniffed it again. And I was like, it's actually not so bad now. Like, it's not It's not so cough syrupy. It is still super sweet, but it's becoming a sweetness that is pleasant. And that is Gulf Orchids Fakhar. Now the name isn't really written on this bottle anywhere, but even the juice here looks kind of ambery, but in the sunlight it looks like a pinkish amber, like a salmon color. And if you know, you know. This is duping Killian's Love Don't Be Shy. And I knew that when I bought it. I never tried Killian, and I thought, man, how can they charge so much money for this? This is not good. But it came around. I guess it macerated. I don't know. Or maybe I got used to. I don't know what happened, but I became obsessed. I said, man, this smells really good. Man, this smells really good. And in my last video, you saw that I had a bunch of samples that I tried of the OG of a lot of the dupes that I have. And I actually got to try the OG Love Don't Be Shy. And it's identical to this. Identical. And I actually wore today. I put the sample all over myself. I used it all up, threw away the little bottle, and put this all over myself. And when I tell you that I am shocked that something that was initially so weak, in my opinion, so fleeting, it's like a light whisper of a cough syrup, became a little more substantial. It wasn't strong. It's not projecting, I don't think. Although I do think one of my coworkers, I walked past him and he was talking to someone. He kind of paused for a minute, looked at me for a sec, and then just kept going because I was like walking past. I think it's because he was like, whoa, about the scent. Maybe not, he didn't say anything, but he's a married man, so I don't expect him to say anything. So that's not the point. That's neither here nor there. I wore it all day, and just like this one, I could smell it in my little bubble, like around myself as I'm working all day. Not all of the perfumes that I own do that. I can smell them somewhat. I have to sniff my wrist in order to get a whiff, or sniff my shirt or inside my shirt to like enjoy it. 90% of perfumes, at least the ones that I've had here, with the exception of my old designer ones that I've had for years, I have to reapply after about 4 hours. So if I put it on at 7 a.m. before I go to work, I have to put it on again around noon after I've had lunch to refresh the scent for the rest of the day. And usually by 5 o'clock when I'm ready to leave home, it's almost gone. I can smell it if I really smell my skin really, really intensely, like, oh, I smell something, but it's not really there. But this, I would notice it all the time and notice it all the time. And I was like, oh my God, it smells so good. And I've become so obsessed that I bought not only a backup bottle of this, because I'm terrified that, you know, the tariffs are gonna cause prices to go up. And I don't want the prices of like my beloved perfumes to go up, so I'd rather buy them now and just, you know, pay it as I go and worry about that later than not have it and then have it go up in price. I bought a backup bottle of this, but then I started researching and watching videos of like other perfumes that smell like it. I bought another dupe from a company called Juliana's Perfumes, and I think the perfume is called A Night to Remember, and it's supposedly a really good dupe of Killian's Love Don't Be Shy. Not only that, I also bought, for some reason, I felt compelled, because there was a discount or a deal or something, to buy the Okcha version of Love Don't Be Shy. I think it's called Sweet Addict, and you have to purchase a certain amount of things in order to get free shipping, so I also got the little oil. Because I know that if you put oil on first and then the perfume on top, it'll have a strong smell. So not only do I have this one and Juliana's version and Okcha's version, that's 3 different dupes, because I want to layer them and work with all of them together to get the maximum potential projection, longevity, ciliage. I want to smell it all the time. I'm obsessed. It starts with a very, very sweet note, and then it turns into like this yummy whipped cream marshmallow that it's like, when people describe it, I'm like, huh, what do they mean? How could it smell like, it smells like whipped cream then marshmallow? Like, it's just, I can't even begin to describe. And call me crazy, but I was looking, and the price of the original, they don't sell a very big bottle of it. I think it's like a 1.7 ounce, 75 millimeter, something like that. It's not that expensive on eBay. I think it was like $50 something, $60 something. So I might get crazy and get that too, just to have them all, stock them up, maybe layer them, like put the oil first, put a dupe or two first, and then the real one, or I don't know if I should put the real one on first and then those on top, but I really want to maximize this scent DNA, this scent profile. I don't care if it's the real one or 3 different kinds of dupes. This specific combination of notes, I'm obsessed with it and I want it all the time. It's like become these 2 guys. Oh man, these 2 guys take my money, take my wallet. Anyway, moving on to the next one. I wore that one today, but now I have here Rave Now and the Nebula, and then here I have Paris Corner. I don't want to waste that one because look where it's at. Look where it's at. Okay, look where both of these are at. I've had these things for a couple of weeks. I have old perfumes that I haven't used that much in years. I feel like old perfumes are stronger. I used to put like a little here, like I said in my last video, a little here, rub it in, and you can really smell it. I have another one called Lolita Limpica that when I used up my original design that came out in 2001, I think, or like 1998 or something like that. When that bottle ran out and I bought the new version, that one doesn't last like the old one did. So I feel like the way they're making them now, they're making them cheaper so you can spray more, use more, so you can buy more. Because if you buy a bottle of perfume and it lasts you 5, 6, 10 years because you have to use very little of it for it to last, they're not making a lot of business. But if you're going through a bottle in a couple of months or in a year, you're gonna buy another one. So that's my theory, but subject for another day. This next one, I was very disappointed when I smelled it. It does not smell bad, but I thought, this is supposed to be unisex, and it smells a little too masculine. It's too clean. It's too like citrus and flowers and like grassy, herbally, like just kind of masculine. Too cold. I like sweet, warm perfumes, like winter style perfumes. Those are the kinds that I love. So I put it away in the box, and I thought, I'm just gonna gift it to a man because I thought it was masculine. And I knew that it was duping something, and I couldn't remember what, but every so often when I'm disappointed with a perfume and I have it in the closet and in the corner of shame, I feel bad because I'm like, man, I spent money on something that's just sitting there and I'm not going to use, and how dumb of me. So I would go back every once in a while and check on it like I do to all the others. And I don't know, I guess I saw a video or something, or I saw a review of a perfume. I think it's Givenchy's Le Interdit or something, I forget what it's called, and this is supposed to be duping that, and the reviews for that one were really great. And then I said, let me smell it again, and that is Fakhar by Lattafa. These names are horrific, guys. First of all, let's pause for a second. Fakhar. What? That's a bad word. That does not sound good. It just sounds terrible. I hate the names. I almost want to buy the OG just so I don't have to deal with paying when people tell me, what are you wearing? I'm wearing a clone of this and that. But I forget the name of the Givenchy Le Inter something. I forget. But I sampled this again. And I was like, wait, what just happened? What just happened? Suddenly it's sweeter. It's not just these flowers and soapy citrus. Oh, it's so nice. It's not super sweet like this one that's like a minty, refreshing hibiscus sweet, or like this one that's like marshmallows and like Smarties like not Smarties, but everybody says it smells like the little heart-shaped candies. I don't get that, but I do get the marshmallow. And this one smells like sweet tart candy. This is just it's more perfumey, if that makes any sense. It smells floral, but sweet floral. Like, I guess it's the fruits. I forget the notes. Again, I don't have my computer open up right now, but I love it now. It's different in the sense that it's not super sweet. I do like a variety. I do have like a scale, like a, an amount of different variety from sweetness to dryness. This one's a little cooler and more refreshing. Not a warm perfume, but still sweet. And that's what I love about it. It's cool without being, too much of a clean girl scent, and it's not masculine. It's not, you put it on and those clean fragrances, they disappear really quickly and they don't last. This is like a substantial, cool, clean scent that has that sweet floral, perfect balance. It smells like, yeah, like soapy, like body wash, but like a sweet one. Like if you have a fruity scented body wash, but it's so good. I love this one. And I'm glad that I took it out of the box, and I'm glad that I gave it another chance, and I'm glad that it's back up on my shelf. The next one, I haven't worn it yet. I don't really know how it's gonna unfold, but I have tried it on at home in little areas. I didn't wear it all over my body, kind of like how I put little bits on little sections. Trying different perfumes, I tried this one like on a whole arm, and I would whiff it from time to time throughout the day, and I'm like, this isn't bad. But when I first got it, I always kept it on my shelf because I thought this is gonna be great for summer because it's so fruity, but I kind of didn't like it because it's like Watermelon Jolly Rancher, and that is Abiyedh Coral. So everyone says this is a watermelon Jolly Rancher, and they are absolutely right. That's exactly what it is. It's a watermelon Jolly Rancher. And I was like, what the heck is this? It's, yeah, there it is. It's a watermelon Jolly Rancher. But wait, there's more. If you let it dry, which we don't have time for in this video, and you wait, let it dry, let a little bit of time pass, not that much, all these layers start to come out. It's not just the watermelon Jolly Rancher. I'm here thinking, why would I want a watermelon Jolly Rancher? I'm not 12. Well, maybe for summer, you know, at the pool, it's nice, it's refreshing, it's a fruit. Yes, but that's not all there is to it. And I jumped the gun and I made assumptions after the first spray, and I was like, nah. And because everybody would say it's a watermelon Jolly Rancher. It's already starting to unfold. It is, but there's more behind it. And there's florals in there. And there's a little bit of complexity. There's nothing too heavy, like any woods or anything like that, I don't think. Again, I wish I can tell you the notes, but I didn't come prepared for this video. This is kind of like an impromptu. But it's very pleasant, and it's sweet, and it's not just candy, and I like it. The next one, I didn't hate, but I could not tell you what it was because I couldn't smell it at all. And I know I have this issue with a lot of these perfumes when they first arrive, that I'm like, I can hardly smell it, but no, this I could not smell at all. I would spray it and I was like, someone sprayed a mist of water, but there's like a tiny hint of something sweet, nutty, minty, but it's so barely there that I can't really tell you what it is. It'll be there and then it's gone. I was disappointed. I did put it up on my shelf because it's a beautiful bottle in my opinion, but I was like, this is nothing. This is nothing. What are these people selling me? Well, maceration and time, and eventually I'm like, I get it now. I get the vanilla, I get the berries, I get the chocolate, I get all the stuff they're talking about. And that is Nebras by Lattafa. There it is, Lattafa. And there's actually another one that's identical to this one, which I want to make another video that's about the twins in the Arabic world from different houses, that I think is better, stronger, projects more. Like, just, it's, if when I run out of these two, as beautiful as this bottle is, in my opinion, it's gorgeous, I'm gonna buy the other one because, in fact, I think I already got a backup bottle of the other one. I'm bad. This was like nothing to me. In fact, there was a moment where I would come back to it and sniff it, and I swore I would smell cat pee, and I'm like, what the heck is wrong with me? Why am I smelling cat pee? And now I smell vanilla and like a white chocolate and little bits of berries, like if you're eating a little tartlet, like a custardy. But the other one that I have is even better, but you're gonna have to stay tuned for another video where I will show you about that one. Although if you've watched my stories, you might catch a little clue here and there about the other one. But this, it's still very subtle, but I have used it in layering, and I've used it kind of on its own, and as well as the other one, and it is good enough to be worn by itself. Another one that I had the same similar problem with, I said I smell nothing, I don't understand the point. How do people say that this has any kind of flowers in it? There are no flowers. This is a glass of milk. And that is Her Confession by Lattafa. The bottle is like pretty, but very non-functional. It's hard to like make it fit in certain spaces if you have shelves that have limited height. It's not ugly, but it's gaudy. And this one smelled like nothing but milk. Thankfully, it didn't smell like rotten milk, like the most hated perfume ever. It did not. It smells like Lattafa Divina because I have that one by Taskeen. But Taskeen Lattafa Divina is just mostly milk and like a little citrus. This one I smelled only milk, but then when I came back to it, I had it in my closet. That's how I was like, this is nothing. I'm just hoping it turns into something because I can't just give the scent of milk to someone. So let's just wait. And someone had rated it on their page, on their channel, in one of their videos as like being like at the very top, and they talked about how it's so different from Blanche Bette, which is what this is supposed to be duping, because it has like florals and it has got different levels. And I'm like, what levels? So I went back to smell it and I was like, oh, there they are. There are those levels. Oh, wait. Oh, I got the alcohol hit. This is still kind of like a relatively unused bottle in the sense that I haven't worn it. But I get a milkiness, but I also get flowers now. Whereas in the beginning, there was no flowers. It was just milk. And it's still very subtle. It has not come a very long way from what I first, smelled when I tried it. But there's a little bit more layers there. It's very subtle. I will wear it. I think it's great for layering. Like maybe even like layering these two, since this is so freaking candy and this is milky with flowers. Imagine milky floral candies. Sounds really good, doesn't it? That might be really good together, actually. But when it runs out, I don't know if I'll buy it again. But I don't hate it, and I don't feel like there's no use for it, and it certainly doesn't smell like spoiled milk. So for the very last one, this is a perfume that I bought not knowing that I already had something else similar, or maybe I did know and I wanted to try one that was better, because the first one that I bought that's so similar to this one I was very disappointed in. And I thought, someone had mentioned in a review, well, this one's a lot sweeter and more realistic and whatever. And it's French Avenue's Tropical Kiss. And try not to mind the stain on my bottle. I don't know why that's there. It came like that and that was disappointing. I tried scrubbing it off, but it won't come off. And it really bugs me. But the original bottle that I had purchased, an influencer really talked it up and made me convinced to buy it, was Abiyedh Dubai Portrait. And the bottle I think is very pretty, has like that frosted glass. And on me, the first impression that I got, and also on my skin, was grass and lime. Like the lime that I got in the opening of this one in the beginning that was like repulsing me, that one also had lime. I'm like, what is it with all the lime with these Middle Eastern perfumes? But that one never really evolved very much for me. And I thought, well, let's see if one of my kids wants it. My youngest, I tried it on at home on one of those days that I was testing it. And I hugged her for something and she was like, you smell really good. And that's what I was wearing. I was like, really? You like this? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, this is what it is. You want to try it? And I sprayed it on her arm. She's like, that smells good. I like it. And then I smelled her arm, and I kid you not, I've never really witnessed. I've heard of people saying, oh, I have this great perfume, but it smells like grass on me and it smells so good on everyone else. I had never really experienced that like in real life. I've heard of it. On her, it smelled a little more fruity. Granted, it has oud. It is kind of a green mango. It's not a sweet, ripe, juicy mango. And that's what bothered me. That's what I thought it was. Everybody's like, it's a juicy mango. No, it's not juicy. It's a green mango that's still not ready to be picked and eaten. Like, smell the butt of the mango when it's pure green. So, but I didn't even get that. I didn't even get green mango. I got grass. I smelled grass and lime. I'm like, what is this? But when I smelled it on her arm, I'm like, okay, I do smell like a mango. It's not super ripe and juicy and yellow and bursting at the skin, but it's not very, very green. It's like a mango that's there, right? And I have a mango tree. I know about mangoes. I know what they're supposed to smell like. It didn't smell bad on her. And I'm like, this smells really good on you. And I sprayed it on my arm and I smelled it and I smelled the grassiness again. And I smelled it on her arm and it smelled slightly sweeter. I'm like, wow, look at that. The whole skin chemistry thing unfolding right before my eyes. So because I was so disappointed in that one, I really wanted a juicy mango, and I don't want to buy any more mango perfumes and have more failures. I heard of one by Paris Corner called Jugoso Mango. I have Paris Corner's Coconut Lagoon. Those two bottles look the same. I don't want to risk it. I'm tired of buying perfumes I don't like. But this one is similar to Dubai Portrait, but not as dark, not as oudi, not as grassy, not as green. It is slightly fresher. Wait, I need to find a spot. And it will continue to unfold. It is still kind of on the green spectrum there, but it's a little bit more zesty. I get a little bit of like lemon or orange like peel, like the zest. So it's kind of green, but it's kind of bright and fresh. And I get a little more sweetness of mango as compared to that one. So it's a little bit better. It's not as good as what I wanted it to be, but it's certainly not as disappointing as Dubai. And I'm grateful that she liked it and that it smells good on her, because again, it's not wasted money and it's one that she loves. So far she loves Lattafa Eclair and she loves Dubai Portrait, and she has both of them. Oh, and Choco Musk, because I had Choco Musk and I like it, but I found other things that were better. So I was like, it's a tiny little cute bottle. You can put it in your backpack and take it to school. So this one wasn't really a hate or a love. It was a, damn, I'm disappointed. It's the same thing as something else that I wasn't happy with, to, okay, it's not that bad. I think I'm gonna be able to use it. So, especially for summer. And every day I pick a perfume that I wanna wear that day, and I love to take it with me to work in these cute little baggies that I have, and I just pull the little string and I take that with me. I put it in my purse, and then I take this and I put it by my desk, and you know, every once in a while when I need to reapply, I'll just open my little baggie, I'll take out my perfume of the day and I'll reapply it, and it just makes me happy. This is a fun little happy secret of mine that I get to indulge in every single day, and it makes me happy. So I'm grateful that I did not have wasted money for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 perfumes, and that's not even counting the Ocha that is exactly like this one. So if I count this one, that's 9. But in reality, these are the same scent, so it's just a lot of the same thing. So 9 perfumes, or 8 perfumes, however you want to look at it, that I thought were going to be a waste of money and disappointments that I might have to give away or that I might never wear, that turned into something that I feel like are very pleasant, very nice, and I definitely will wear. And out of those, 3 of them became obsessions, and these are the obsessions. Obsession. I'm obsessed. They're so good. Everything else, okay, it's fine. Yes, I'll wear it. It's not terrible. I like it. I love these. They're so freaking good. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that's all for today, guys. I hope you like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.